Hello and welcome to this Board Game Life. I'm your host, Mark, and today I'm here to unbox Spectacular from Chilifox Games. In Spectacular, you are creating and developing your own animal park for vulnerable species. In order to preserve the species, you must ensure breeding within each habitat. During the game, you select animal tiles and dice, where the dice represent the food for the animals. The color of the dice must match the habitat color of the animal tiles. Each turn provides crucial decision making where you need to consider whether to draft a die of a certain value or ensure an animal tile which may not be available again. At game end, for each area of connected tiles of the same habitat, you score points for the sum of your dice of that color. However, points are only awarded if dice values of 1 or 2 are placed on certain family tiles within the habitat. Over the course of the game, you will also build watchtowers, which will score you points for all 3 dice adjacent to them. To make your park even more spectacular, you also aim to collect as many different species as possible, with increasing points awarded for greater variety. Finally, the player with the most points wins the game. After a few plays, you may challenge yourself by playing with 3 of 18 mission tiles. While they offer the potential for a higher score, they also raise the difficulty level of the puzzle. Spectacular provides simultaneous play and ensures interaction between the players, as your opponent's decisions will affect which tiles and dice are available for you. The game also comes with asymmetrical player boards on their backs. Spectacular offers simple rules, quick setup, short playing time, engaging puzzles, and can be played by 1 to 6 players with little downtime, even with higher player counts. This game is designed by Elif and Asmund Svensson. Art is by Germund Bonn. This is published by Chilifox Games. It was published in 2024, but is just now getting to the United States here in 2025. It's for ages 10 and up, plays 1 to 6 players in about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, now before we get to the table, I do ask that you please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon so you never miss any new content. All right, let's take it to the table and take a look at Spectacular. This seriously was a game that I got to play at GenCon a couple of times, and I mentioned it in my mailbag when I got this out of the mail that Rob and I were playing with Franco, and we played it, and then we played it again. And after the second time we played it, I said, I'm going to go quick. I'm going to go grab this. And as I was headed to the retail hall, they were closing the doors because it was closing time for the retail area. So I'm like, well, I'll get it in the morning. Well, they had sold out. It was no longer available. So I had to pre-order it. And here it is. We are in April of 2025. This was August of 2024 when I had this, could have had this in my hands back then. But it's here. I'm excited to play it. Can't wait. All right, so let's go through and take a peek at what's in the box. Well, before I start diving in here, out of sync of pretty much everything else, like the rules are kind of on the bottom. So nice colorful rule book. But I like to always like to pull this out so I can tell you what everything is as I'm going through. But let's see, how many pages are in this rule book? 12 pages total. So your final scoring is in here. There is some solo challenges. So here's again here's the solo stuff. So it's not even a full 12 because you've got final scoring. Here's final scoring for the main game, and then from 10 to 12 is mission mode and solo challenges. So you're looking at about 9 pages here for the main game. And this really is a quick game. It's fun. There is player interaction. You are looking at the supply boards that rotate around the game, and you are kind of paying attention to what everyone else is needing or going after, and can dictate maybe what you're taking on your turn. or what you're leaving for the next player. So, all right. So these are there's watchtowers. Oh wait, are these these are the watchtowers. So there's 8 of each color, it says. So I believe these aren't player specific. I think they're tile specific, if I recall. And we'll take a look at some of the tiles, but they'll have a certain color watchtower that you can place on the board. So, but that's what these are. These are the watchtowers. Okay, and you're gonna there's this game too has a pretty neat, nifty system of how everything works. So there's a whole bunch of dice. So we've got a bunch of green dice, yellow, gray, blue, but you don't keep them together. There's a whole bunch of tuck boxes in here. There's the score pad, and this took us a little bit, once we were first starting out. But so see here, even all of these are in this baggie. You actually end up putting everything into these boxes, and I'll just show you here. It tells you what goes in the box, and there's 8 of each color. So all of these watchtowers are going to go in this box. And what happens is this essentially creates its own, almost like your insert, right? And then you just let me see if I can get everything out of here. But essentially, at the end, you're going to be putting all these boxes in here into your main game box, and then everything will be sorted basically. So let me just show you. But everything's going to be in a tuck box. So you just pull a box out, and you basically hand it to a player, and everything they need to start will be in their little box. And then I think they show in the instructions of, I do believe they do show you how to. I think they show you how to put everything away, if I recall. Or it was pretty easy to figure out, but let's see if there was. No, that was just the picture. Sometimes they okay. So I don't see it off top of my head, but yeah, everything basically is going to get in a box, and then these boxes fit in here, and it all tucks away really nice. It's actually really cool. I'll show you that. Maybe I'll show you that at the end. So here's a bunch of tile pieces. These are going to be the tiles that we punch. We'll go in there. This is going to have some more tiles. All right. And then here in this box, you're going to have 12 yellow, 12 green, 12 blue, and 12 of the gray dice will go into this box. Then I think these are the players, 2, 4, 6, because you can have 6 players. So this like flamingo tile, I don't know if you can see that. It might be a little hard to see, but that's a flamingo tile. So you put this flamingo tile and then this little kind of oval shaped one. So there's 10 of those and then 5 of these, and then you put 2 of each colored dice into this box. And so if someone is taking the flamingo as their animal for their zoo, you basically pick out an animal that's kind of, I think they call it your featured animal, and that's, I believe it's what they call the featured. But all of those will go in here. So then if you're like, oh, I'll play as a flamingo, you just handed the box, and all your starting resources are right here. Everything's in your box. So again, everything will get tucked back into their tuck boxes, and all the boxes go into the box itself. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to sit here and like undo all this and sort, but I will, once I wrap this video up, I'll pause my video or stop my video, and then I'll put everything away, and then I will take a quick end. So at the end of this video, you will see everything here put away and what it looks like. All right. So that's coming. All right. So we got a little sheet here that talks about the different animals in the game, And then there's talking about the different various missions that you can do. There's A, B, and C missions. I don't remember if we did. Yeah, I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did. I think these are little tiles that go off to the side. I believe they're little that go off here, I think, and then you can try to do various things to score points. Trying to remember, it's been a long time since I've played, so don't quote me on that. But this is a player board right here, and you have your north and your west, and you're gonna put. We're all gonna get 2 of every color dice, as noted in our tuck box for each player. And basically, you're gonna roll those things, and then you have those. You roll them, and then they go in the slots, and that's the numbers that you have. And then we're all gonna end up with. Let's see, and they're gonna see these are they're different based on. Let's see. So we got blue, yellow, gray. Oh yeah, and there should be some green. There's a green because that's the dice, the different habitats. But you can, I'm not explaining the rules. That's not what this is. But anyways, these are the player boards. Okay, and then everyone will get. I'm just going to punch it. Everyone will have a supply board. And what happens is on your turn, well, everyone will get. We'll have extra dice as well that we roll, and they go on these supply boards, and tiles will go out here, and we'll have our animal tiles. So like this is the aardvark board, so they wouldn't get this. They wouldn't get. So if you pick the flamingo, so let's stick to theme. You're going to get the flamingo board. There it is. Okay. Okay, so then all your little pink flamingo tiles and stuff, your animal stuff's going to go out here, your dice here, and your supply board. You can kind of see there's a road there, and it basically just the artwork matches up. But this is going to rotate between players. So every player has one, and like at the end of your turn or the start, you rotate it clockwise, and then you get one from the next player, and it's going to have one less item on it. So you're going to be taking something from this side of your board, putting here, and something here off the supply board here. And then once everyone's done that, it's like you start placing these into your park, and when everyone's ready, like you move this around. Something like that. It's like I said, it's been several months, but it's a lot of fun. This game is a lot of fun. All right, so we have some solo tokens. So these are solo tokens. And then these are the mission tiles. So you can see they're labeled C, B. All right, I'm going to just punch that back for it doesn't matter. There, just punch it out. There, partially done. All right, and then we've got more of the supply boards, more missions, more of the solo tokens. And then we've got, so these are our worker tokens here. And these provide, I'm trying to remember, they do a special thing. It's like something you can do during the game, I think just one time, and then you flip the little hat over to show that you've done that ability. And then here's the animal tokens, and they've got the slots there that you put your dice on when you're placing them out here and stuff like that. So you got yellow, green, and gray areas and blue areas, and you can see there's like lots of different tokens or symbols on here. So I think the hearts, if I recall, I think these are, with the 1 and 2 dice, these are for mating, and you're going to want to do that to increase scoring. And then the last thing, a punch board here. So, and then you can see they're clearly labeled. Like here with the flamingo, right? Here's all my flamingos. There's some flamingos. So when you punch these out, you'll know which box to put them in. So, but that's the contents of Spectacular. So we'll take it back. And again, appreciate you watching. If you please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course hit the bell icon. But also feel free to comment below and let us know your thoughts on the video content. Let us know what you think of this game. Have you played it? Did you get a chance to play it at GenCon? Have you already played it? I know it's been available in Europe since October of 2024, I believe, during Essen Spiel. That's when they released it there. And again, if you're in the United States and you had it pre-ordered, your copy, mine just arrived just today. So today's April 12th. But yours is either on the way or you may have it. So share some thoughts. Are you looking forward to it? Have you played it? What do you think? All right. Well, again, appreciate it. And hold on tight here because I am gonna, don't go away just yet, because I had promised I'm going to show you, I'm gonna punch everything out and then put everything in their boxes, and then I'm gonna show you how it all stores in the box at the end of this video. So don't go away quite yet. We'll be right back. All right, I told you I'd come back and show you when I had it boxed what it's going to look like. So here it is. Let's take it to the table. So let's imagine I took the lid off, right? Let's see what's in here. I put the rule book on top this time. I got the rule book on top. This, and you can put these on the bottom if you want, but then I got my little player boards. You can see all the boxes are kind of, this is the way I did it, but this way I can put my score pad right in the middle. And then I've got all these guys in the middle. That's how I did it. You know, you can put it however you want, but you can see all my watchtowers are in a box. All of my main tiles are in a box that these will go out randomly. So all the non-player specific tiles are there. And then if someone says, "Hey, I want to play as like the gazelle," you just hand them that box with that little gazelle on it. And inside the box, they open it up and they have 2 of every dice color. And then they have all of their tiles that are specific with their gazelle on the back, and all their little hats or whatever these are, worker tokens with their image on the back, all tucked away. So you just hand someone a box. So it's I think a really nice way to sort everything, and makes it easy to get started. You just hand someone a box and there you go. But yeah, and it all fits away nicely into the box. So there we go, the lid, and that is spectacular. All right, thanks, enjoy.